Hey guys, welcome to another quick play video. Today we're doing another episode of Caves of Qud. Because I like that game so much, and it's probably the most interesting game in my library at the moment. So without further ado, let's get into it. Caves of Qud. So in the last episode, I went through character creation. We created a mutated human. I kind of explained some of the mechanics of the game. I'm not going to focus too much on explaining how the game works, because if you want to know, then either get the game or watch the previous episode or watch one of the other Caves of Qud videos on YouTube. There are quite a few, and some guys are doing really extensive playthroughs. I'd love to do that. I'd love to get sort of a massive game going. My problem is that I am a very reckless player and I die very quickly because of that. This game requires a certain amount of caution. Right, so I'm going to create a new game, and I'm going to go into my build library. So in other words, this is where previous characters I've created are sitting, and there is a bug in this game which sometimes when you click on things it gives you a blank screen, but if you click again it's there. This game is in early access, so you've got to forgive these little niggles. There's an update every week, which is brilliant because it means every week there's some new mechanic or some tweak or some bug fix or whatever, which is great. A couple of, maybe it was a month or two ago, there was a massive UI overhaul, which was fantastic. So this is a game that's constantly being developed. So I've got three here. I've got a tank, I've got an all-in. Now that's stolen from another game called Pillars of Eternity. I sort of created, they've got a race called all-ins, and they're sort of hobbity creatures which are hairy and with big ears, and I like them. They just look cool to me. It's just a nice fantasy character. So I've recreated that fantasy character here in Caves of Qud, and I'll explain how that works. So my character is a mutated human gunslinger that can shoot fire out of his hands, that has heightened hearing, so big pointy ears, has night vision, which is very useful, thick fur, and can generate a force wall, like a force field around himself. Got 16 hit points, high agility, strength, and gunslinger, which means I've got, as the name suggests, I'm good with guns. I'm gonna randomly generate a name, which Usham. That's a cool name. Moving on. So we're gonna start out in Joppa again, as per my previous video, just because it's a familiar place and we can just dive straight into the game. And we're embarking. So I'm not going to read all the copy, all the text, because been there, done that. All we need to know is that we're in Joppa. It's a small village, and there are some quests here, and there's my little character there. We're going to do the usual ritual in Joppa, which is raid the 3 houses with the chests. Ooh, not a great haul, just arrows. Lame. Moving on to the next house. And, ooh, a steel kukri. Nice. That's fairly useful to start with. And then a weird artifact. Let's go have a look at what our character has. In our right hand, nothing. Oh, that's a little awkward. Let's put our steel kukri in there. I don't know what a kukri is. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. Let's have a look at it. It is a short blade, a curved knife, which is a short blade that causes bleeding on a critical hit. Okay, cool. The next question is, do I even have a short blade skill? So let's have a look. I can't remember this character that much. Do we have a short blade skill? No, we do not. Well, guess what? We're getting out the gates as soon as we level up. That's right, a short blade skill. But for now, we're just going to have to hope. Oh, the haul this time from these chests is just disappointing. Now we did pick up a weird artifact, so let's go and see if we can examine that. And you make some progress understanding the thermal grenade. You think it's probably a variety... Oh, Mark 1. You think it's probably a variety of thermal grade Mark 1, and you think you would be able to recognize an ordinary one of those now. Oh, that's fantastic. So let's arm ourselves with this thermal grenade. It might come in useful. Come in handy. Alright, we're going to head to our trader. Because we're a gunslinger, we need bullets. So let's get some bullets. Let's trade and get some lead slugs. Yep. Offer. Yes, of course. Now, there's a couple of things going on in Joppa. A couple of quests we can get straight off the bat. The first one is from this little yellow dude here called Mehmet. And he wants us to go north to a I can't remember what the place is called, but it's sort of a mountainous area, and there's something eating all the water vines, and you need to go down through the dungeons and find the creature eating the water vines. It's not a great quest to start out with from a level 1 point of view, because you just get, you know, whooped. So the next quest we can probably pick up right now. There's a priest wandering around here, and he'll tell us that we should take a pilgrimage. There he is, to the 6th day stilt, which is sort of a temple north of here. So I'm going to say, you intrigue me. I will make the journey to the 6th day stilt for myself. That's a nice little quest to have around. The next quest that we can pick up is from Argive, who is a tinker living in this little house here. Let's go grab a quest there. Okay, he's mumbling. Tensile strength of Reblon, but lacking in dino elasticity. Retro threading. The M-band would probably... Oh, I didn't notice you there. That's because I was ignoring you. What? Okay, anyway. So we can... He tells us that he needs some knickknacks. In other words, some weird artifacts. Where can I find a cave? And I will return with your knickknack. Now, I've got a fetch quest, basically. So that's now 2 quests in my quest roster. There's a third that I can pick up just north of the town. Right, let's just... Oh, there it is. You'll see just to the right here, there's a little sort of statue. Let's look at it. It's a shrine that depicts a significant event from the ancient Sultan Exertides, whatever. In 2599 BR, Exertides appointed a corrupt administrator as a minister of the glass-worshipping autarchy of Tanip. He mandated the practice of setting a jewel into a talisman in Exertides' name. Cool. So now I've discovered the location of Tananip Glass Square, and I now have a quest to visit Tananip Glass Square. So... Cool, that's the third quest I'm going to pick up. I'm going to leave the Mehmet quest for now, and we'll pick it up later. I can pray at this shrine, but at prayer it doesn't seem to help that much. So we won't do it for now. So I'm going to start out with Argive's quest, which is, I think it's west from here. And... what I didn't do in my previous Caves of Qud play is show you the world map, so I'm going to do that right now. So this is the world map of Caves of Qud. It is the same every time you play. The only difference is that each one of the tiles here is randomly generated as you progress. There are some tiles that aren't. For example, this is the 6th day stilt, this little area here, which has a quest that we can go visit that place. If I hit Alt... Oh, it doesn't really tell me, but this is where that glass snip place is. 6th day stilt, and here is the rust wells that we need to visit. So let's go. You notice some ruins nearby. Alright, we might as well investigate that. Let's go check it out. You discover some forgotten ruins. You note the location of the ruins. Alright, cool. So here we are at the ruins. You'll see there's little sparkly lights everywhere. You'll see it says Jeweled Dusk. I mean, it's nighttime, and you'll notice that My character's vision is somewhat limited. I do have night vision though, so I don't have to be... I've probably got a torch. I do. We can extinguish it though. And remove it from our inventory, and we've still got some pretty good vision. Wade through some water. We just walk along this wall until we find an entrance into these ruins. Some graffiti on the wall there. Let's look at it. The cracks in the wall are fossils of the compressed foamcrete hexagonal expansion pattern. Graffiti is scrawled across the surface. It reads, "If you are offered a choice of physical space." Cool. Graffiti doesn't make sense in this world either. Now my character has heightened hearing, so you can see sort of there's hints of what might be on the other side of this wall. I know for certain those are seed-spitting vines. I hate those things. There's a dog, and there's something called a knollworm or knollworm, depending on how you read that. And you can see that these, I think they're mosquitoes or they're dragonflies, giant dragonflies. A big diaphanous wings bat the air as it drones in place. But it is neutral towards us. This little dude doesn't really care, or big dude doesn't really care about us. So, where is the entrance? Some fishes swimming there. Okay. Ooh, this is not a good thing to hear. That's a giant nest of centipedes, and as you can see, it's just birthing these. It's just gross. Just even think about it is gross. Oh, and that is what we have to get through if we want to enter these ruins. Now, as I said, I'm a reckless player, so old me would have just rushed right in and, you know, try to fight through this. But new me is going to do the same thing. Lol, let's go. Alright, there we are, and we're going to step back, and we're going to take our guns, we're going to aim, we're going to fire. Blam! Wow, took him out. Blam! Ooh, that wasn't as effective. Blammo! Level up, my peeps. Here we are. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself the short sword. What the heck? I've got short sword already. Alright. How did I not see that? Alright, well now I don't know what to do with my points, because I was really planning to... And I've got cudgel as well. Oh no, I don't. Sorry, that's... I can buy cudgel. Oh, I can buy short blade. Oh, you know. Wake up. Let's buy short blade. And that pretty much takes care of that. And then let's increase our flaming hands just for the heck of it. And here we are. Oh, I've got an active effect. What is that? What is the active effect that's currently running? I'm covered in a dram of salt. Alright. Sometimes those centipedes, when they die... Did I call them millipedes before? I think they're... Well, no, I didn't. They're centipedes. When they die, they kind of spray salt on you for some reason. Alright, let's aim and fire. Now, we've got to be careful with using all our bullets because they are difficult to come by in early game. Let's fire. Ooh, took him out. Let's wait a turn and... Took him out. Level 3. There we go. We're just leveling up like a mofo here. I'm not going to use any skill points for now. I want to save them up a little bit. But I've got an attribute point. So it means I can increase something here. I'm going to bump my agility up. Just because now it makes it +3, which is super cool. And I'm going to increase my heightened hearing. So now I can hear more stuffies. Oh, yeah. Alright. Okay, let's get in here and take this thing out before it spawns new things. And we killed it. Alright, that wasn't too tense. Actually, I thought it would be far more tense. And that's, if you're doing well in early game, I guess that's a sign that your initial character build is fairly good. Okay. Well, oh, bugger. See these little spikes in the ground here? They poke you and make you bleed. So I am currently not doing well on my health thing. Oh, I picked up a knick-knack. I did. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. See what it kind of... Weird artifact. I need to examine this because this looks... The dart gun. You know, if you don't have ammo for these things, you know, what's the point? I do want to look at it and see. It is a handheld gun, so and I am a pilgrim. You see, I've got 2 dart gun. You see, I haven't really seen traders sell dart guns. Okay, I'm gonna sit in the corner here and just rest a little bit. There's a little sort of plant. All right. Oh, gosh. There's got to be some other way in, right? This can't just be a giant empty space without a door. Oh, there's a door. Clickety click. Close the door. There's a table. I doubt there's anything on the table. It's a wet table because it's sitting in some water. Oh, there, that is the symbol for a bookshelf. Let's have a look. Oh, some books. Get them. Get them. All right. Now, books you can read. I don't bother reading it because some of the books are randomly generated and the prose makes 0 sense. But what you can do with books is at the 6-day stilt, there is a librarian, and giving the books gives you experience points. So, nice way to level up if you don't have combat skills initially. You can just collect books. Make the whole game about collecting books. But my character seems to be okay in this space of combat, as we've seen. Alright, so exploring the ruins. I think I'm going to be playing some more traditional roguelikes later on. There are a couple that I like. Caves of Qud is absolutely my favorite traditional roguelike, but there are things like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, which is also really great, and Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup that I also like. It's a little bit simpler than Caves of Qud, but really great for a quick game. And then I've got a couple of others like Jupiter Hell, which is from a visuals point of view is much nicer looking. So now we're having a little wade through. We're waist deep in water. Like I said in my first playthrough, this game is like reading a book. It's just everything's so simple and represented by sort of very simple tile art. So you're kind of forced to use your imagination, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's something that's missing from gaming these days. It's just the, hey, we're not going to show you what everything looks like. You're going to have to imagine it. All right. What I also like about this is that, you know, in our last game we died, but here we are in a new game, and the world is very different. Oh, that's a knollworm. So those dudes are pretty vicious. And he's currently at war with that giant dragonfly. So let's just hang around and see. Of course he won the battle because knollworms are tough. You'll see he's red now. That's probably because he's covered in blood. Let's double check that. He's wounded. He's bloody. So our chances of doing some damage and actually winning this fight are pretty good. I'm going to wait till he's super close, and I'm going to use my flaming hands. Here we go. Ooh! One shot of the flaming hands, and he catches on fire and kicks the bucket. Okay. I'm going to hit level 4 and quit playing just because I've got something else happening in the next 10 minutes. So I don't want to, you know, spend too much time playing this. But definitely there will be another episode after this where we pick up with Ashum. Now, here's some things. There's something interesting in there. But there are 2 seed-spitting vines sitting right there, which means I'm either going to die or just be incredibly annoyed by the fact that they exist. Boom! And, oh, they're not even seed-spitting vines. They are the thirst thistle. They're a little bit tougher than seed-spitting vines, so I'm going to whip out my guns and blast at them. That did nothing. Let's try again. Oh! The moisture is sucked out of your throat. That's going to make me thirsty. Look, I'm parched. But hey, leveled up. I'm just going to step around the corner here. I didn't think it would take that, it wouldn't be, you know, I didn't think it would be that easy to level up. So let's just sort this out and take care of this dude. Ooh, hit me for 9 damage. Oh, I need to reload. Let's step out and reload around the corner here. taken out. Okay, cool. What have we got on the ground here? It's a frowning moon mask. Let's get it. A frowning moon mask. All right, cool. Let's have a look at what this guy does. This is a slightly highly decorative frowning moon mask. Gazing at it makes you feel somewhat sleepy. Of course, if we wear it, that might make our enemies slightly sleepy. So it does increase agility a little bit there by 1. So I'm going to equip it. So now I'm wearing a frowning moon mask. Once again, use your imagination. What would that look like? A dude wearing a woven tunic, no shoes, and a mask. Carrying 2 guns and a short blade. I think that's pretty badass. Alright, I'm going to quickly do the level up situation here. We've got some mutation points, so I'm going to increase my flaming hands again. And I've got way more skill points to play with, so I'm going to quickly look at some useful things. Very useful thing is cooking and gathering. Cooking, when I play, is a big part of what I do. Because different meals have different effects, and it's kind of fun to play with ingredients. And once you unlock some of the other things like Spicer and Carbide Chef, you get to start, specifically Carbide Chef, you get to save your recipes and sort of play around with that. So I'm going to give myself meal preparation. And I've got 72 left. So harvestry is a pretty good one. That means like as I walk past specific plants, I can, like star apple trees, I can grab apples off those trees, and there's a couple other things that I can harvest, and that's pretty cool. What it also means now that I've got cooking is that I can prepare raw ingredients. So I'm actually going to show you how that works. I'm going to just find a nice open space where we're not going to burn this place down. There's a lot of these sort of water vines around. Oh, I missed that. Was cracked. All right. Well, let's get that book. And let's go find you know what? I'm just going to start oh, there's another shrine here. Interesting. Let's have a look at the shrine. Look at the shrine. The shrine depicts a significant event from the ancient Sultan Joppa III. Now, I just want to give you some background. There are all these sultans in the game, which sort of were historical figures. The idea of this game is that there's 1,000 years or thousands of years of history sort of layered on top of each other. And so the thinking is that actually when you go into dungeons and start delving down into the earth, what you're actually delving into are ancient buildings, ancient skyscrapers that have over the years, dust and silt and sand and everything like that have sort of built up around them. So you're actually working your way down these skyscrapers. So we've got an extra notes in our histories. We can go read that later, and it hasn't really unlocked anything for us. I can't remember what. Oh yes, I was going to do some cooking. So I'm going to start a camp. Campfire. You already have a camp nearby. Oh, now I have to go find where this camp is. Oh, there it. Nope, is it? Yes, that is it. So now I can preserve my fresh foods. So I've got 7 vine wafers that I've picked up that I've now 7 vine wafers, which I've turned into 21 servings of vine wafer sheafs. And now I can choose ingredients to cook with. So I've got beetle jerky, so I'm going to take one of those, and I'm going to take one of my sheafs and cook. I stir them up into a pot. I eat the meal, and now whenever I drink fresh water, there's a 25% chance that I'll get 30 plus 31% max hit points for 1 hour. Nice. Cool. Right, so I'm going to leave it there, save and quit, and we'll pick this up later on. Guys, thanks for watching another journey into the caves of Qud. I hope to do this again very soon.